Hey guys, welcome back. It's Talzi, and today I wanted to talk about a topic when it comes to conscious manifesting. It's the fear of disappointment. I really hope that if I can nip this in the bud with you guys, you're going to be able to eliminate a lot of this fear that's coming up, or this doubt. You know, a lot of people doubt, is their manifestation working or not working? And I want to really get into this with you guys. I'm going to be real. It's like either you're going to go all in and accept that you're the cause and the outside in your reality is the effect, or you're not. And I know this can be a little bit of a struggle because we're not conditioned to think that way. Sometimes you get very double-minded about a conscious manifestation, something that you're focusing on, say it's a specific person or some other area of life. But part of consciousness or conscious expansion and waking up is realizing consciousness is the cause, right? So your awareness and the assumption itself of you accepting that you are the cause and that what you say is final is going to be the key to having the outside, the effect, showing you exactly that, the reflection. So no need for disappointment when you can really actually understand that you have all the power and assume that you're the cause, the outside is the effect. You're really going to be in your full power and you're not going to be double-minded about anything anymore, okay? So the outside just being a mirror is going to reinforce your awareness. And so your awareness needs to be completely full 2 feet into the concept that you're the cause and that nothing and no one gets to decide anything other than you. So when you think, I'm trying to manifest something, or I've selected an experience, why is it taking so long? It hasn't happened yet. What if it never shows up, right? Fear of disappointment. What if this isn't going to work? What if I'm wasting my time? It's also a perception, guys. So this is the illusion, right? So you think that you're doing something and it may or may not be working, but it's even you with that perception that is being reflected back because the outside's mirroring you. You are always the cause, guys. Every potential version of you, every possible outcome, every possible variation of a connection that you're dealing with or a specific person already exists in the infinite realm of consciousness. And you are the one, okay, in your state of consciousness, selecting an experience through your awareness, okay? So when you think and assume something is done or you have something, you do. You already have it through consciousness, and the outside is going to show up and reflect that with sustained focus, okay? The outside is an echo of you and your awareness. Once you really can actually fully accept that and let go of this old conditioning, this whole fear of disappointment is going to go out the window, okay? So a lot of people think outcomes in their reality are due to chance or outside people making choices or, you know, timing, right? That the external is dictating how things are going to go. And so when you start to try to consciously manifest something or redirect your focus, you tend to be still conditioned to look for the outside and be a little bit in that old identity, in the habit of checking to see whether or not the external is validating or showing you a decision, a focus, a choice, etc. You're still kind of in the habit of doing it that way and then very much reacting to the outside. So cause and effect, it's like you're still operating in the old way. You're still not fully grasping that the only one that has any choice really in your own personal reality is you. Your fear of something happening or not happening, you feel like you're efforting really, really hard to make it happen, and the outside showing you disappointment. You feel it's the outside deciding, but it's not. It's your awareness, okay? So this is why we really need to grasp this and accept this to really fully set you free and get you into your power. You're the cause and you're operating from a certain level of awareness, your state of being. So being the version of you that fully accepts that, one, you've made a decision, two, your focus is going to dictate your experience, your thoughts. Are you thinking in alignment as the version of you that's like, nope, I have it no matter what. I don't need to fear anything. I don't need to worry because I already have it. There is no separation between you and that experience. Once you've decided to redirect your focus, the outside is going to reflect, okay? But what you may be doing with this fear of disappointment is staring at a mirror, being scared that the mirror is not going to show you what you want, and getting exactly the reflection of that. So you're double-minded about it, okay? And this is where you need to be pretty disciplined and focused and committed to self, because it is only you that is dictating everything. So the moment you accept that it is all you, not partially, not sometimes, but all you, including a fear of disappointment or not having, it's much easier to dissolve the fear of disappointment, guys. There's no one outside of you who can fail you. There's no one outside of you that can decide the final outcome. The external force that you believe is blocking you is just because you assume it to be true. Disappointment only exists when you believe the outside can make the final decision. And this is just the little tweak that you may need when you are refocusing or selecting version of reality you want to experience. Your only job is to stay consistent in being in that state so that the mirror can reflect it. I have talked about, a slight lag or shifts happening in your reality. You just need to stay pretty consistent in you knowing, no matter what, that you're the cause, right? And so if you can do that and accept it and accept that everything is you, then what is there to fear? There is no need to fear disappointment. Now, you may have experienced disappointment in the past, but you weren't aware that it was coming down to an identity, a state, and perception. So once we get the identity, I am that I am, or the concept of self, and then the self-concept of I have exactly what I want. Why? Because I said so. I'm God consciousness, plus you have a pretty strong core self-concept in terms of you being worthy, deserving of having it. I'm not telling you that you need to fix anything, just accepting that because you are already everything. Then you can embody that state and you will see that you're going to be more persistently in the awareness, no matter what, of having. No need to fear anything. You don't need to stress about the 3D and you don't need to control anything, because you're going to see the unfolding. The path I'm describing is going to bring you peace, certainty, and clarity, and the other is going to keep you looping in fear and delay. Not that both don't exist at once, guys, because the truth is the state where you're fearing disappointment, you're double-minded, you're seeing sort of things in your reality that are contradicting you, what you want. It's also you, and the state where you're like, no, I'm the operant power, I'm the cause, the outside must follow, and I have what I want, and it's a decision, and I'm persisting in it, and it's delivered. It's also you. It's a state. So nothing to worry about or fear if you can just release this a little bit, and it's part of an old conditioning, it's an old identity, and you can just stay really, really strong in your decision and only hold the assumption that what you say is final. If you have selected the identity, I am the version of me that has what I want, full stop, period, point blank, or if you want to reinforce that, affirmations, visualizations, etc., they do saturate your mind, your subconscious mind, where something that might have felt very unusual or far off to an identity starts to feel more natural. You're more like in acceptance. You're buying into it more as a truth, and therefore it starts to feel like, okay, yep, got it. Yes, this is a thing. This is my reality. And so saturation can be great if you want to do that as a tool, concentrated techniques, but I've always emphasized that doing a technique is a reinforcement tool of you already being in a state. So it's like, this is true, and it's only you that's selecting what's true. So why would you fear disappointment when you're the one that gets to decide what is true? So if you're going to do any saturation technique, or if you're just going to be very much in the habit of consistently reminding yourself, I'm the operant power, I'm the one that decides, I'm all there is, I'm the one that has the final say, I don't need to be scared of the mirror. The mirror is only going to reflect me and what I decide and what I assume. You're going to be less tempted to go back to an identity where you are in fear and looking and checking for the outside to show you whether or not you're going to be disappointed. I'm not telling you guys that you're not going to, at some points, if you are consciously focusing on, selecting a version of reality through your imagination, your awareness of being, that you really, a desire which is already in existence and is materializing. I'm not telling you that you might not feel doubt here and there, but it's about the consistency and reminding yourself, no, that's not real. Because how can it be when you're the only one? First of all, you're the only one that gets to decide what's real and what's true. The outside is just an illusion. It's moving with you. So you're going to find that if you can, in the very least, just bring yourself back with consistency and remind yourself, okay, like, who is the power here? I'm the power. I'm the one that decides everything, and it's the consistency in returning to that decision that is going to help you to alleviate and feel more calm, like alleviate any of this fear and feel more calm and feel more naturally in that state, more neutral, accepting it, accepting your truth, and accepting that whatever you decide, it is true. So if you have a choice, if you are choosing between the fear of something not working, again, a choice, or having something, I would say choose to have something, because it's just you. The outside has no choice. The law works, the law is in operation both ways, and it's just you being consistent and persisting in the knowing. So you're either all in with yourself in accepting, like I said, that you're the cause, the outside's the effect, the outside must follow you, or you're not, but you're going to have an experience either way. So why not just choose the experience with consistency in the knowing that you're the power? You understand what I'm saying? So no need for any more fear of disappointment, fear of, is this working, is this not working, am I doing it right, am I not doing it right, looking back to the mirror, looking back at old reflections of self, of old identity, sticking to that, clinging to that, hoping. No need. All you need to do is, I am that I am. I have it. This is mine. The person, the success, whatever. Aligning your consistent thoughts with the version of you that has it. Yep, I have it. Or thinking about said subject or desire in alignment with, I have it. Of course I do. Why? Because I said so, because I assume so, because I'm the operant power. I'm the cause, the outside's the effect. I'm selecting everything through my awareness, and I'm only aware of having, full stop. Okay, guys, if you want to go deeper into conscious manifesting and how this operates, everything through states of being, states of consciousness, and you being the ultimate I am, having access to all states of consciousness, you can check out my course Shifted. I take you through everything, the practical embodiment of your preferred state, what is conscious and deliberate manifesting, and also for those of you manifesting a specific person or a preferable version of a specific person, you can check out my course. The link is in the description box of the video, okay? I love you guys so much. No more fear. Don't worry. You can't be disappointed. You cannot fail as long as you know your own power. So I hope this video helped you. I'm sending you guys love, and I'll see you soon.